Good morning. How are you all? Nice to see you. Oliver, say good morning.
Good morning, how are you doing? She actually really forgot I was there. The only thing is she doesn't forget when, if I go off the beaten track, then you'll hear her yapping.
Oh yeah, I took a video of where we just been. So anyway, we're doing a bit of a road trip. Wherever we land, that's where you're going to land, because we haven't really got any plans going through the Ring of Kerry. We left reasonably late last night. So what we done, we stopped off in Ross Bay to a park up there, which we love because it's so quiet and the view is just stunning. So now we're on the road. Oh yeah, up there we met this lovely young man, Ed. Hi Ed. He's going to become a subscriber. We might be a subscriber now. But anyway, he was lovely. We had a lovely evening, nice little chit chat. And we all had breakfast together. So I must remember a couple of weeks ago we were down in Kilmorran Cove and we met a lovely young couple, Rob and Alice. Hi Rob and Alice, and their subscribers. So anyway, listen, we're going to do we're on the road at the moment, so we will catch you in a minute. Speak to you soon. Hi, listen, I've just popped in. We were on our way this morning and we came across a visitor centre. It's called Maudie Gallivan's. Okay, it is awesome. Just Google it, honestly. It's a must-see visit. Stephen and Francis, who run it, are just really lovely people and so helpful. Anyway, the reason I've popped in is because we've actually had to do it into 2 parts because there was so much to see. So watch to the end of each part. Second part, oh my gosh, you'll be blown away. So, and we also were able to park up straight across from it and the view. And it was so quiet and we had the best night's sleep. But anyway, listen, I'm going to let you go. Watch both videos. Enjoy. And, of course, subscribe, comment, like, and share. Don't know where my head is today. Enjoy and I'll speak to you soon.
Good morning, how are you? Welcome to Molly's.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Molly Gallivan was the lady that lived here originally. She'd be my great-great-great-grandaunt, yeah?
Oh, wow.
And she originally operated what we call a she-bean. And a she-bean is an illegal drinking house, illegal distillery. And she made her own whiskey. We call that, of course, here in Ireland, poteen. It's the original Irish whiskey made from potato. It's a very, very strong moonshine. So Molly became quite a famous lady in this area. So today, our family have her cottage and her farm preserved for people to come and visit and get a little experience of what it was like to live in rural Ireland back at that time. Yeah?
Brilliant.
Molly was born in the 1830s. We're not quite sure when because there were no proper records back then, but she died in 1918. So quite a long life.
Oh, it was, yeah.
She was married here to her husband Patrick and they had 7 children. So while the children were still young, her husband passed away. So Molly had to come up with some way to support her family.
Yes.
So her husband was into the trade of poteen making, the whiskey making. So she continued that trade and opened her she-bean. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So today our family have, as we say, Molly's cottage and farm preserved, and people come and visit. Some people do a self-guided tour around the farm. We also do guided tours, demonstrations. My wife Frances does bread making demonstrations, butter making.
Okay.
The pudgy making, we showed them how the peat was cut and all about the peat and all
Yes.
that. And bit of traditional Irish music and explain where Irish dancing all began.
It's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant.
A general experience.
That is
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
amazing.
absolutely.
Thank you.
That is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Right.
This is an audio visual here, yeah. And if you want to sit in and watch it and
Perfect.
guide yourself around the farm.
Go ahead. Yeah, the guide. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. Actually, I just saw the whale. When I looked here and I saw the whale under the tree. This is the old cottage at the entrance to the farm. It is now the audio and visual where you can get full details of the farm, famine, everything. And there at the door is an old Raleigh bike, a lady's bike, not a high nilly, a low nilly.
Ollie's favourite thing. What is it, Alice?
Oh, a Fergie, a grey Fergie, a 20. And it's,
He wants
wait
one.
till see, is it diesel or TVO? Oh, she's straight diesel. Yeah, I'm going to have one of them.
Who are you?
I
And
am.
where are you going to put it? In the backyard?
No, into the sitting room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your dreams.
Then out you go.
You were getting wheel into our sitting room.
Yeah. And do you know where the key is for starting it?
I'm not
Well, I'll
interested.
just show you. Just, you know, other people might like. You just turn the knob over there. There is actually no key. You turn the knob and then you catch the gear lever and you push it hard.
Oh,
That's
right.
it.
That's amazing.
Just like myself.
Wow, I am just so blown away about that, folks.
Right, this is the shed where they keep all the cats. This is another little hay barn, if you like. And there is the reed used for thatching houses. That is cut off when the tide goes out. You go out and you cut that off the banks. But you have to be careful to get back in again. So we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, this is still for making poteen. The green barrel you see there, that's actually made of copper. And all the potatoes, barley and all that is put into that and it's heated, the fire underneath it. And you can see the coil there on top. The steam that comes out of that, vapor goes into the barrel and it comes out a little drip there on the bottom into the jug. And what goes into that jug, lads, is the best you can get. There's a barrel at the back for storage, and there in the middle you can see where they store the logs to light the fire. This is a mowing machine. That's for cutting the hay. That blade comes down, a horse pulls it, there's a lever there, you put it into gear, and the wheels drive it, and that's for cutting the hay. This one is for turning the hay. Same thing, the tines there, they go around. There's 3-4 sets in each one, depending. And as the wheels turn, they turn them and they throw the hay behind it, tossing it. A hay tosser, they call it. This then is the wheel rake. Them tines go down to the ground and you horse pulls along, and when it's full, you pull back the lever and it rises the tines and you'll have a row of hay after you for to make the wines, or exactly whatever you're making. Maybe a rig, depends. Here is a bog where they dig the turf. You come on with your lawn, dig it out in sods and throw it behind you to dry out. Something like here. And over here, there we have a rig of turf. Dried out and ready for the fire. But usually that's taken home. Maybe a couple of weeks after it's done, depending on the weather. Right, this here is a sheep shed. They sleep in there. There's a pin out here, and you can see there's actually a bag of wool on the back wall. Now this is very important because sheep, as you know, with wool, they can be prone to maggots, lice, all that kind of stuff. So this pin is built. Over here we have a dugout, a truck. Now that is filled with water and disinfectant. The sheep push down here, lands into it, and of course the sheep actually kind of panics and they kind of wash themselves and they pop out the other end in, and they're nice and clean and ready and disinfected, which is very important. Over here actually, I've just spotted, that's an old sheep shears for shearing the sheep. Right, we move on to the next bit. This is an old famine cottage, and they were back there between 1845 and 1849. And as you know, with the potato blight, a lot of people had to leave the place, this, that and other. These cottages were, tenants lived in them, and when the famine came, of course there was no money, so the tenants were thrown out, and the roof was taken off the houses so that the tenants could not move in, or anyone else could move in there anyway. And at that time, 1.5 million of people emigrated to America and other countries. A lot died from starvation as well. So that's the one of the old famine houses. That's the ruins of one. Right, this is one of a pair of stones. These are dated before 2000 BC, around that time, and they're ancient sun calendar and ritual site for that time. The other one is over further up, which I will move on to in a moment, and it's most notably seen on the summer solstice, 21st of June, on the dates 50th of February and 50th of November. So we'll move on to the other stone now. This is the second stone, and the sun on solstice day comes over the arch and it connects between the two stones. They are properly aligned, the two stones are actually properly aligned so that they will meet up on that day. And also these stones mark sacred burial spots as well. Right, this is a kiln where they burn limestone, used for mortar, and also if it's used for fertilizer on farms. All land needs a certain amount of lime, and that was one of the kilns. They burn stone that time. So we'll move on to the next piece, and here we have a duck pond, and there's the duck herself, wondering will I go in or won't I, although she looks very video. And this is an orchard where they grew apples, strawberries, all kind of stuff, cherries and all that kind of stuff. I think cherries grow on trees, do they? I don't really know. But yeah, all that stuff was grown there, and they were all used in the baking, in the kitchen. So that's another piece. We'll move on again. And here we have a big black pig, and she's having a little sleep for herself, isn't she? Yeah, what? Oh, she's having a little chat. Yes, you hungry? Yeah, go back to sleep, do. You're like our dog, you snore as well. So back to sleep there for yourself. This here would be a replica of a meadow where you had wheat and corn, barley, oats, all that comes from here. Now there seems to be an awful lot of barley there and that, but that was the meadow. Now this is the garden. They are actually potatoes in full bloom, and if you look at some of the leaves here, you can see the blue. Well, that's a spray to stop them with blight, and as you know, that's what killed all the spuds back in the famine. There's blight. Up at the back, there, that's a sprayer for spraying against the blight. And there you have a pulper. That is for chopping up mangels, turnips, beetroot, beetroot, to feed to the animals. That's what that's for. And over here we have what's called a slawn. That's what they use for cutting the turf in the bog. Like that, you put your leg on it and down through the bog and you toss it behind you. Now, every place has to have, so you'll just have to go to the gate. Every place has to have water, and Molly really did have to have it because we can't make cooking, we can't make protein if you haven't water. And this is the well that supplies all the water, fresh water. So there, I end. So I'll have to hand you back now to Joyce because she'd be editing this and checking that I did it all right. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, this is some local pottery. Look at this stuff. Isn't it amazing? This shop is huge. Absolutely huge. And the gift stuff? Wow. Take you out the back there. Look, it's absolute, and the cute stuff. It's stuff. Sorry, not cute stuff. The jewelry. Oh my goodness.
It is. It's warm now. Yes. Take advantage of it when we can. You know, it's nice.
And it goes all the way out the back. Absolutely, and the quality of it is unbelievable. This place, it's so worth it. You can either sit outside or you can sit inside. Isn't this quaint? Love this, the candle lit. Oh, the smell of turf. Just wonderful. Right, do you want to say how it's pronounced? Because I just can't.
Pochine.
Pochine.
Yeah, pochine. There you
There
go.
you go.
Pochine, yeah. Holy water.